Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, computer.
We are still on schedule toward our original destination. However, there's been a notable decrease in acceleration. Several warnings and errors have been reported through the thruster system. I
Lovely.
cannot investigate further from my perspective.
Understood. I'll make sure that engineering gets
Also,
on that.
Security Officer Sidian has fallen asleep in the security room.
Interesting. Probably still getting used from the night shift. Thank you. Is there anything further?
Always. Negative. I will continue monitoring the thruster system errors. However, I will not get any results from my end.
Very well. I'll notify the engineering team. Good morning. Good morning, Archer.
Morning, Captain.
Did you fall asleep there?
I think so, yeah.
How's the new OS?
They don't make enough coffee.
No, they don't. How's the new OS working out?
I've got a BIOS. Worked on that all night last night. Gotta put that on the systems around the ship. You know where Dallas is? I need to talk to Dallas.
Dallas just passed by me. I think they were heading up to, well, actually, I don't know where they headed. They went straight towards O2.
Alright, guess I gotta catch him.
When you're all doing the install, would you mind being the one that installs securities?
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me know when you're doing it. I'd like to speak with you about it.
Morning, Captain.
Good morning, Officer DeLon.
Dallas, morning. Are you? Do anything? Yeah.
Hey, where are they giving those out?
Kitchen. They're in the kitchen.
Okay.
You gotta grab your own. I have this in the shop today. Yeah, I did a little work myself.
Hello.
Research appears. Good morning.
Shall we say?
Yeah, good morning.
Get your way.
Good morning, boss.
Captain, how are you?
Well enough. A little sore from the other day, but overall, fine.
Captain?
Good morning. Moving from the night shift, I see.
Yeah, we're in the way. We're totally in the way. And the one
About
spot where
damn
we,
time.
finish the walkthrough.
Yes. Make sure you have your equipment that are checked by
If
security.
you're sad, why don't I follow you?
Alpha prototypes and
Sure.
so.
Captain, just a heads up. For reasons I cannot explain,
All night.
I wouldn't recommend sitting in your chair today.
While you get the chance.
I noticed it sat a little low, so I wasn't going to.
Yes.
I'd also, just as a heads up, computer notified me that there's something going on with the thrusters.
Then I know what. Tell you what. Get some sleep tonight.
I'll have somebody have a look at it.
And then next night we'll.
See to it. Apparently we're slowing down.
Like none of us stay up all night. How about we start doing that? That's a bad idea.
You're asking?
I've put in a requisition. Materials for my EVA repairs.
Yeah, I guess.
Mhm.
Yes.
Get some sleep tonight, and we'll start
I'm going to be
Well,
requesting your
I'll see to it that security double checks it and we'll have it brought in. Shouldn't be too long.
I'm gonna go get some coffee myself.
Appreciate it.
Did you
I'd
pray?
hate to see you without your best spacewalker.
Start today.
Fair point.
We're mostly asleep. I'm still injured, so maybe later in the day, yeah? Rest up, eat some breakfast, get some food, drink your coffee, and then maybe later in the day we can start. Because like
Having many headaches.
Yeah.
Mirror,
Hello,
Akira,
Captain.
good morning.
Captain? Mm-hmm.
Morning.
It seems to hold the doctrine more than just close to her heart, practically controls her. Yes.
Good
very
morning.
odd. Ah, Captain. Morning, Captain.
What did I miss?
Nothing much. We were simply discussing some information that came up on the dossier about our, Scifi.
Oh? What'd you find out?
Yes. Well, she's a ghost.
I see. I'm guessing by something coming up, you mean nothing came up.
Exactly. No registries with any of the mega corporations. Nothing. Outside of the UP, of course.
Well, given who their previous officer was beforehand, it wouldn't shock me if anything was expunged at this point. wiping misdeeds is clearly something I'm not putting above Narsec at this point.
Whereas it feels like that the information is also being kept from you. As clearly painfully aware, things such as having to order her to eat.
Correct. Was never brought to my attention before they sent her over. Disturbing is what it is.
If it is some
I
manner of
suspect-
a cover-up, like you guessed, one can only imagine what being covered up, and why they would be sent here now.
It's obvious. If Narsec is requiring their subordinates to need orders to eat, drink, and, well, exist, I wouldn't put him past him that he's covering this up, knowing that the UPA would be very quick to dispatch a commander of such a deplorable caliber.
I see.
Even with all those holes, I still feel like we can trust Siri. After all, she can't do much besides follow your orders.
This is correct. Something I begrudgingly will accept.
Should also note that I suspect within the next few days I'll have a handful of others beginning to pour in.
Oh?
We have one communication so far. I'm hoping that shortly the others will follow.
Good. Here's hoping. Good morning, Raw.
Captain.
Well, if that is all the news you have of the dossier and the happenings of last night, I'm going to the mess hall for a quick bite.
Understood.
I shall join you. Yes, yes, do come along.
It's self-serve today. The chef's not available.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that.
Not like we have much of a choice while he's not there.
Captain, there was a concerning bit of information that I learned this morning.
That is...
Engineer Costa's condition.
Ah, her, implant, right. I was notified about it at the end of the day. Are you requesting that rooms be traded?
No, not at all. I rather enjoy my bunkmate.
Very well.
What I am requesting is how confident are you in completing what she needs to complete?
Well, despite the current state of the ship, we do have some very competent crew members, it would seem. The only thing we're truly lacking in is a dedicated cyberneticist, but I think we have enough between engineering, science, and medical that they'd be able to handle whatever procedure they need. The only problem is making sure that we have all the required components for it.
I do have a backup.
Oh.
You won't like it.
Ugh. And what does this backup entail?
Well, should your plans fail, I may be able to contact Oracle and see if I could find a replacement. Now, it won't be as good as the one she has from Medico, but it is a plan in case things go awry.
Let her get acclimatized to the runes. Once she adapts to their energy, she should be fine for a little bit longer. After all, it's a proven method to work. For the time being, though
As I said,
I appreciate the concern, Argyle. And should it come
my
to it,
concern is, again, with every individual on board this vessel. If I can prevent a death, I will.
I am aware. But the ship's in bad enough shape as is. I don't need favors owed to Oracle right now.
Well, it wouldn't be much of a favor. Just an exorbitant amount of money.
Precisely. Money that we need to survive out here. Again, begrudgingly. Yes, Delan?
I'm not aware if you are already aware, but it seems medical officer Akira seems to have a condition of personalities, and it seems the other personality is currently dominant. If you wish to be introduced to said personality, I don't know what it means or what it is, but they introduce themselves as such.
Very well. I'll take a look at them later. Thank you for the notification. I did hear a shift in their voice this morning when I greeted them. Anyway. Make sure... Oh, also, if they don't stop by later, please make sure that our nighttime engineer stops in to get their weapons surveyed by security. Still following policy.
Understood.
Thank you.
The shack person?
Correct.
I believe so, yes.
Understood.
The
Time progress, whatever it is.
I want to request like a blade.
Blade? What kind of blade?
Well, I'd have to probably
Chief
give
of
you
Medical, Chief of Engineering,
information.
pardon me.
Excuse me.
Tell you what, I do have something I have to go check on. Come down to engineering in 5 minutes, and we can discuss it more in detail.
What do you have there, Chief?
Oh, my voice. I don't know why I'm not able to speak properly right now as the captain. It's really hard tonight. The EPA. Your department, sir. Your department. Engineer Mercer. Good to see you again. Engineer Mercer. Mercer. The EPA. Primark of the Volk of Henrika. There we go. There we are. Gerald Harbinson. Captain of the Vlokin military. Need my gun out. I also have my sword. What was that?
Are you just here to watch?
No, I came to use the arena. Well, not the arena specifically, just the room. Really exerting yourself after a rough night like that.
I have to make sure I'm at my tip-top condition at all times.
Well, that includes a fine rest. When's the last time you meditated?
Sorry, was that a serious question?
Deadly. You're a warrior, after all. Sound of mind and body are required.
When's the last time? That's a good question. I'd say a few moon cycles back. Not too long ago. Not too often.
You're going to exhaust yourself. Allow your mind to rush at times. It's good for the soul.
I assure you my mind and body are as sound as can be.
Are they? Falling asleep at your station. Prowling the ship like you're on the hunt constantly. You call that a sound mind? You're restless.
And what if I am?
Well, how do you expect to be at tip-top shape if you're restless? Leaves you prone to mistakes, openings for an enemy to strike.
You lecturing me now?
Not lecturing, just reminding you.
Reminding me.
Or,
You said you wanted to use this, right?
yes. Really? Are you certain about this?
Am I certain about? Yes, I'm certain.
Very well then. Come on, you're so eager. Sleep already getting to you.
You know, it is not in your best interest to aggravate me. You know that, right?
Come on.
You know, you're really annoying, you know that?
Oh, I know. Kieran's temple, I assume.
What about it?
The fighting style. Too much focus on the power.
You know, it's cliche to say, but I do think that power is everything in the grand scheme of things. Wouldn't you agree?
Power is one thing. Agility is the next. Tell me, what do you think power really is?
Are you going to lecture me again? Is this what this is? A lesson?
Well, no. The lesson is... This is testing your last teacher. So tell me, what is power?
It's to be in control at all times.
And do you think you're in control now?
You are so annoying.
You're too angry. That's your problem. I'm not annoying you. If you think that this is annoying... Mind and body, boy. So what actually motivates you then?
What motivates me? You know, I feel like I'm being interviewed. You know that?
You learn a lot
Should
from...
you care about my motivations?
You're on my crew. We're stuck out here together for a while.
Motivation. Well, if you have to ask. I want to prove to everyone that the Vlakans hold no equal. Simple as.
Really? Then tell me. Can you build a ship better than a human? No. Can you bind wounds better than a Skrull? What do we call our empire? The Vulcan? Conservatives. Ah! All right then. For someone who's talking a lot about power, you're awfully on the defense. Could it be you're actually scared? Breathing too quickly. Hyperventilating. Your mind is out of sync with your body.
Why does it have to be you? Why you?
Why
Why
me?
are you the
What?
special one? Why?
Me?
It's you.
You think I
You know what
asked?
you are.
You think I asked for it? None of us are born to what we are.
It should have been me. I was born into it. I was the natural. I was the one who time and time again proved themselves. But you...
No one is born to what they are. No one is owed anything.
You know, I'm not going to stop till one of us is no longer standing. You know that, right?
Foolish.
Come on, Blacken. Show me a fighting spirit. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Rage with Temperance. One in mind and body. If you really want to beat everyone around you, you'll learn to synchronize yourself. surprise, brother.
Leave me.
Thank you, Siri. Ras.
When you're free, I need you down in engineering.
So,
I'm free now.
Alright.
I mean, your tool's going through your face.
Captain, I've been here for 3 days. Why was I ordered to have another security inspection?
UPA's policy. You might have passed the check at the gates, but
Paperwork.
not my fault. If it were up to me, everyone would be allowed to carry their weapons. Did go to engineering. Well, engineering's nowhere to be found. Sees that door opening.
Oh, I lost you.
Nope, stop by my room to swap out of the day clothes.
Leave them to their conversation. We can talk over here. So, kind of a major issue. He'll hold out his hand and a terminal will pop up. It'll show the scan that was done on the exterior of the home. Looking at it, you will see that it very clearly shows the thrusters have a buildup of ice. We have a problem.
I see that.
I don't think I need to tell you, if we don't get this fixed soon, we're going to be stranded out here.
No, you don't need to tell me. Do we have any idea where the closest port is?
No idea. I wanted to let you know first, and then see if I can get somebody from science to do a scan. See if they can find anything close by in the region.
Agreed.
Worst comes to worst, we could always stop at the nearest tropical planet if there's no station nearby.
True enough. Hell, even a brief atmospheric entry would be able to melt some of it off.
Yeah, but I could dream about having vacation.
Can't we all? Ugh. What is with
We'll see
you?
about getting somebody from site.
Understood. What was it with you and humans being so obsessed with tropical environments for vacation? I never understood it.
We're not covered in fur.
Still.
I mean, some can be considered, but
Ugh. Suit yourself, then. Here, Vespa 3 is not bad. A frequent retirement home for many humans that I know of.
Yeah, well.
Costa.
Then, were you able to get your armor down here? Sure.
I was going to go grab it from Science actually now. Got caught up earlier. I'll bring it down right away. Thank you for reminding me.
Of course.
Alright then. I'll let the captain know about the problem with thrusters.
Archer?
Captain.
Hmm.
I guess you're free right now. I don't know where Dallas is. But we needed to talk to you about the stuff you were going to talk to us about.
Which portion? The install. Oh. I can cover that when you're doing the install itself. Or both of you going to go around
any
installing
chance-
everything?
This is important. Is there any chance those scripts that you want added, I can get a copy of those early before the install?
Ah, of course. Here, come with me.
Because head of science is really up our ass right now about making sure that everything is safe.
Nope. I trust Ballas.
Come in.
Hmm? If you want, you can.
Okay.
Do you have a personal uplink I can send these to?
Yes. In fact, just put it on this if you can. Is there a slot for USB in there? Perfect.
Keeps leaving this door open.
It's Captain.
Doing a
In
quick
here,
data
doing
exchange.
important things.
I saw the door open earlier and I got angry.
Oh no, that's been fixed. Don't worry. There's, there you are.
Okay. So, just to make sure this is about letting you uplink with the ship and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
That's what the purpose is.
It'll help me feel things around better. Essentially, once we get the parts from Natalia, or for Natalia, I should say, and she puts the new sigils around, I'll be able to uplink with those, almost as if they're a terminal. As well as any other psionic who wishes to do so.
Got it. Perfect. I'm gonna look these over, make sure it's good. And then... Oh, I'm getting a call.
Ah. Everyone you need to talk to is running alright.
Yes. Great, isn't it?
I love it.
And he's fucking running away again. Jesus.
In what would be your fingers, like even in the glove, could
Captain?
act like a
Go on.
like a biometric scan of your fingerprints.
If you're curious,
I don't.
They can just.
I brought up the.
I've
At
always
one
had the
point,
problem
we
of
were.
I don't really
I
have
had the
human
idea of
fingerprints.
having possible
Those are still
smaller
identifiable
weapon
enough.
lockers where the department people personal's
didn't have
sidearms
them
were
where,
in case of
where it came
emergency, possibly locked by the AI or generally by security unless an alarm is raised. And We're currently just brainstorming ideas on the security measures or altercation ways, if that idea were to go forward.
I
That's a good idea.
I actually like that a lot. It would help minimize reaction time. So, if you can have that set up, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Captain, if you take a single step forward so you do not cause the door to constantly open and close as you sway.
Fair enough. They are a little sensitive. The only thing on the ship that actually works as intended.
That would be a good way to, even if they like have a lockdown or something like that.
I
where we can
assume
lock
because
down all
the
doors,
builders who
having
were
something
making
like
it
a
would have
keycard or,
thrown a fit if they were constantly
some sort of
stopped when
biometric
moving
scan
things
so we
around.
can get in and out
Fair
even if
enough.
we're in a full lockdown
Anyway,
would be a good idea.
I agree. It's a good idea. Possibly have it biometrically locked, that way only one of the departments can access it.
That's
There's
idea.
a small issue with biometrics. A lot of biometric things require a fingerprint or an eye scan. Some of us don't have eyes or fingerprints. So
Personal data code then?
And Dr. Varun was thinking of possibly making a small chip to implement on the people who have none of those into their finger or where their finger is for use.
I do have a personalized barcode that I use around for a lot of stuff. If it's not too much to do.
Fair enough. Or we could just have it locked. Perhaps a timed lock then.
We can also key cards. Just cards.
That could work too.
The problem is they could be stolen if somebody dies, but also you could just steal somebody's eyeball or finger anyway, so it's just as secure.
Probably or combination codes would probably be the better.
Yeah, but I've read some psionics, reading minds might be a little difficult.
And if we need at least a level of knowledge of when it happens, have the AI take a image whenever a weapon is removed.
Why don't we just do
so that
facial
we
ID
know
through
whoever
the
has been
AI?
taken?
That could work actually. Facial ID.
That will put a lot.
That covers two things. You get the ID facial scan of who is accessing the locker. A time-recorded record should work fairly simply.
And at least at that point, the AI can decide if the individual is deceased or not open it.
True, but I also like a security override. That way, if we're ever attacked and we set off an emergency alarm, the system automatically unlocks for everyone.
You can actually help me, Mercer. I need to talk to you about something.
Talk to you in a second. Captain.
Yes.
I have good news and bad news.
Good news.
Good news is we have somewhere to land.
Ah. And the bad news.
Bad news is it's an unknown space station.
Well, I mean, pretty much everything out here is unknown, so does not surprise me in the least.
But usually they have a signature or broadcast.
An IFF.
So,
who they belong to.
Potentially pirates?
Could be potentially pirates. Or abandoned. But if it's abandoned, that's good for them.
Possibly. Then the question lies as why it's abandoned, but...
Yeah.
Either way, I'll take that over pirates.
More bugs?
Just want to let you know. If we want to chart a course.
Yeah, grab Archer. I'll meet him in the bridge. We'll start working on a course now.
Right. Talk to them first.
Can we get a scan of the planet
Cool.
as well?
I will be
follow
dragging
you.
you off somewhere if that's alright.
Yes.
I will talk with the commander about these ideas, and we will make a list of possibilities. We will then give it to possibly the head of science and engineering to see what is feasible to actually install. and how much material or thing we might need to install them.
Sounds like a solid plan, then. We have a direction. We'll move on then. You were going to say?
No, sorry. I was about to ramble about things. It's fine.
It's all right.
I have a problem with that.
No.
Speaking about planet scans, I need to look at the scans from the last planet we were on as well.
Follow me.
Right, I
You don't
believe
have.
It's really quick. Apparently you gave a psionic stone thing to Karma's character?
Yes.
What does that do exactly?
So it blots out it blots out a flow of psionic energy to the individual holding it.
Okay, so psionic powers.
They'll still work on them.
Affecting them have to.
It won't. So your powers will work. It's just the rate. It's kind of like giving a lead suit to someone going into a radiation room.
So it gives them resistance, not immunity.
It wouldn't even give them really resistance. It's just like they don't experience the odd phenomenon from a psychic being present. It's like a reality anchor almost.
Okay, so it protects them from the failures from psionic abilities, like the wacky stuff.
Yeah, so it's like, you know how like psionics give off like that little excess energy? It blots out that it redirects that excess energy around them. So powers will still work on them.
Okay, so it protects them. Okay, that's why I was checking.
Yep.
To know if they could actually see me through my ability. If they were
Good morning.
No.
Power. Alright, that's all I need to check in on.
Understood.
Send you back to security. Where I stole you from. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a gravity anomaly going on the bridge right now.
I see that.
We might have to use a different system here.
Yes.
I just want to make a quick little check, just like I did with everyone else. When you woke up today, did you feel sick, dizzy, more tired than what you're actually supposed to be?
Just soreness from the assignment the other day. Otherwise, good shape.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
Yeah, just checking everyone who went on that mission. That's all.
Seeing as there's not a real way to get up there, might as well just use these.
Cool. Let me guess. The new course is that space station.
Correct.
Got it. I've already locked it in.
Excellent.
We really need to fix that gravity anomaly.
Nurse.
Okay. Where'd he go? Oh, he's on the other side. So, any concerns about this being like completely? We have no idea where we're going, other than that it's a space station.
Well, unfortunately, we're placed in a very interesting predicament where if we don't do anything, we're stuck out here anyway. So, hopefully, we broadcast a signal in all known languages that we can access through the AI, informing them that we're not hostile. Perhaps they'll be able to let us talk.
Alright, well, that's not under my jurisdiction. Whoever's in charge of communications, they ain't doing that, but...
Captain?
Yes.
Try to bounty hunter frequencies, Captain.
Crew could also
The
work.
last thing we want to do is bring bounty hunters towards us.
Well, that would be a bounty hunter beacon. Go on. Sorry, Costa.
We don't want hostiles coming towards us, so that might not be the brightest idea.
Well,
Bounty hunters are only hostile if you give them a reason to be.
All I'm going to say is we also still haven't moved yet. We're just kind of going on our same path.
correct.
I want to actually move us in that direction.
Is there a button I need to press?
No.
Either way, we're going for the station.
Yeah.
I do need to talk to
Turn of
the
character.
head of
Starting the
medical.
course
So
is simple. You've done
with
it before.
your
You're a pilot.
suit,
Um,
Natalia said she would take care of it. So just go find her
You-
and let her know when you
Notice
put down
it'll take about
your
a
suit
day's travel
in the
to
repair
get
area.
I already dropped it off, actually, before I came up here.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take a look afterwards.
Not extremely close.
Take your time. Thank you, though.
So it will be some travel time, but we'll get there.
Cool. Mercer, I think the engines are gonna hold up for one more day at least.
Hopefully. If Costa's still expelling the heat and keeping it up at this rate, hopefully we should be able to get there.
Cool. Well, everything's locked in, so we either get there or we die in space.
I'd rather not die on this ship.
Me either. Anything else you need of me?
Oh, that was it for now. Hopefully, that's the last course we have to set for a bit.
Hopefully.
Well, the monkey's paw curls.
This ship
If
is
we
a
die at that
flying
space
tomb.
station, we're not gonna have to set any more courses.
Ugh, don't remind me.
What's that? I can't hear you.
One more thing, Captain.
Hmm.
So, I don't remember their name, but Dallas, and the engineer, we're ready to get going on the stuff. So, I guess they wanted to talk to you one more time just to make sure, but I feel like we already have permission to just get started. So.
Which engineer were you grabbing? Costa?
Yes, that's it. That's the name.
Right.
Good afternoon.
Well,
Good morning.
you have permission to start the install. Just let me know when you're doing securities. Actually, come with me real quick.
No, go ahead.
Ah, yes.
We've yet to talk to Gunch about it.
It must be the individual moving from night shifts.
Yes, that's me.
Your weapon is very low.
It's a pleasure.
I've been in a sour mood today as a result.
I actually have a specific job for you. Now,
Okay.
there is rumors circulating that there are some less than trustworthy individuals amongst the ship. Granted, it's a high-risk operation, so it does not surprise me of this. However, in the interest of security, I was wondering if you'd be willing to do me a favor. I need a honeypot installed on security systems. Something to draw traction in case anyone ever hacks us. Or we have an internal problem.
You're telling me you want me to do something under security reasons?
No, security, Gunch and Argyle are aware. Just a simple file of some kind. Something labeled more interesting than it actually is.
Okay. An easy target.
Precisely. Honeypot. Plain and simple. Backroute it to the AI so that they can backtrace whoever breached the system or accessed it.
Makes sense. And there's no reason I can't let everyone else in on this too?
Preferably, I'd like to keep it between as few people as possible, just in case.
Okay.
I don't know who's what. We're still learning each other, after all.
Palace needs to know about this.
Whom?
Because... I don't know how to say the name. Palas?
Palas, yes. Palas already has been informed as well.
Okay. Good. Because
But
they were wanting every single thing that gets done to be checked, so this is gonna look crazy in a review, so
no.
If we can make it bypass getting checked somehow.
I will handle that. Palas already knows and is already aware of the fact that this is a secret thing. That is only the knowledge is only between yourself, myself, Argyle, Gunch, and Palas. 5 people.
Understood. Yeah,
Good.
that'd be really easy to do. I can get it done basically whenever.
If you want to go install it now before you do the updates, that would be appreciative.
Sure.
I'll let Gunch know if he's in there, or at least I'll oversee you install it.
And control the AI has over the ship.
Of course.
I do believe there's some number of blind spots, but I'm not entirely sure of all of them. Something to check over.
Gunch.
Captain?
Archer's going to install something onto the system. Checking it in preparations for the updates.
Then, do not let me stand in your way.
Of course.
Or rather, sit in your way.
Yeah. Didn't take very long.
Is this Dolph Cutie DLC?
Yes.
No, it's not. I'm following your orders. I'm also making certain that while I take this time, I am still useful. Mercer is in the reactor room.
Thank you for the heads up.
For a moment.
Don't overwork yourself, like I said.
Of course.
I will leave the computer stuff up to you guys. I am not so good with computers.
I'm not good with them either. I know how to turn on the cameras, and that's it. But I don't want to break the system, so that's all I do.
I think that'll work.
Here's hoping. But best case scenario, it's never used. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. But, as I said earlier, you, Dallas, and Costa have full permission to do the install whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, there's a lot of prep work that we need to do first, So we'll get back to you on that when we do the actual stuff.
Take your time. Remember, rest up as well.
Well, the coffee's flowing through my system now, so feeling pretty good.
As long as it's not those energy drink craps that humans have brought over. Probably one of the worst things that I've ever experienced since finally being able to go out and see the rest of the world outside of my homeworld.
Yeah, they don't taste great.
No.
Coffee's the classic.
Exactly. From what I'm told, or, well, from what I've tasted, they remind me of battery acid.
You've tasted battery acid?
Close enough. Sometimes when you generate certain psionic abilities, it leaves a static-like tang in your mouth.
Gotcha. Wouldn't know anything about that myself.
Not a gift that everyone has, but still, we use it as best we can.
I'm gonna go find them.
Well,
Have a good rest of your day.
when you have a time, Archer, I would like to get to know you a bit better. After all, you're on the crew with me, so...
Of course. Unfortunately, it's been a pretty busy couple days.
I understand.
We got a big task ahead of us now, too. We got to get everybody off this old-ass system.
Completely understand.
Pardon
Like
my
I said,
language.
when you have... I take no offense. Like I said, when you had a time.
Sure.
Very well, then.
I'll get back to you on that.
Good luck.
Have you seen Palas?
Alas, I have not since earlier today. Did you check, You already came from down there. They might be checking the plants down in the reactor area.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead there.
Or she sealed herself. They sealed themselves inside of the...
Sure, I can help you here. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I have forgot. The week. I'm sorry.
Stellaris. You give me a test with this Sidian one. Powerful in his own right. If it weren't for his rage, he would have probably actually beaten me. But now, this boy... It concerns me whether or not he's actually here with us. Whether or not he really is all there. Tyr's temple. Tyr's temple. Aggression will be hard to work with him on. I can feel that rage brewing in him, like a tempest, unlike any other. Unlike any other cosmic wind I've ever encountered. He's stronger in his psionics than he looks, than he feels, I can tell. Scratching the surface. He is like a frozen lake. And he's only broken through the very utmost layer, and has yet to even reach the liquid flowing beneath. Theron, watch over me. Grant me the wisdom that I need to put up with this, to nurture this into something better. Darren. Give me the strength I might need to end it if it becomes too far gone. And air. Forgive me, should the worst come to pass, but bless me with your nurturing guidance, in hopes that that never comes. Rest well, ancestors. From the battles of the body, the battle of the soul, and the battles of the mind. Rest now, warriors. The ship is over. A new flame takes up the mantle, as has been and always shall. This boy, he will learn eventually, whether he wants to or not. Throw. Just saying hello. Dr. Tally.
Two members of science are currently attempting to... Am I floating?
No, I was, though.
I see. Two members of science are currently attempting to locate you.
Oh?
They are wanting to ask, I believe, for you to hail the station that we are coming upon.
Where are they at? On the bridge?
I believe they have gone to security.
Thank you for the heads up.
Of course. Always happy to assist.
Excuse me.
I do believe that would be a challenge for the UPA.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right, then that's what you need. All right, then I'll continue what I was doing in the science bay.
Okay.
And anything, I'll be in there.
Are we allowed to go down to the reactor core? Do we have permission to do
Reactor?
that? As science? The big thing, the big room with the big ball?
Yes. I mean,
You mean
assuming we do, Captain.
the reactor? Next to the training room.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you're permitted as long as you have someone from engineering with you that knows about the update.
Great.
Okay. Costa. She can
Exactly. Precisely.
All right then.
That's why I went
I'm gonna go.
first.
All right, I'm gonna go finish up what I'm doing in science then.
Well, I guess the
Perhaps we
information I was
should make
given
our own
was,
little channel. Yeah.
I was told I was called here to try and hail the station we're reaching.
She can talk to Mercer. He can make up a new channel for us.
You're told to come here for that. It's first I'm hearing of it.
That's what Dr. Talley said. Said that two of the science team were looking for me to do so. I'm assuming it was them, but either way.
But if you're hailing the station, we may as well get to that soon.
Might as well do it now.
Not aware we'd be making a pit stop.
Well, I guess you were not informed.
Perhaps I was sleeping when the note came out.
Oh, I got it first thing this morning. Engines are slowing down, primarily due to the fact that the thermal panels are actually failing us finally. Primarily over on the engines, so we're stopping for emergency repairs. Archer already charted a course.
Another delay. That's a pity. Though better to get it addressed.
Agreed.
There's a god here. What do you need?
We are attempting to hail that station.
Oh boy, I think you need the other god for any information about that. Dealing with medical things.
This station. By whom is it controlled? Is it UPA?
Unknown. Much like everything else out here. We won't know until we either get in contact or we find out firsthand.
I see. More unknowns.
Well, that's what we signed up for, after all.
I suppose. Nicer to know is all.
Well, don't have many options out here. That's the unfortunate part.
Well then let's at the very least hope they're friendly.
I hope so. Last thing we need right now is this glued together tin can to actually get shot.
I couldn't agree more.
Do you still need a roll?
Yes, we are trying to hail the station. We were told Weird was probably the DM we needed. Still.
He knows about the station. I
Sorry.
don't know anything about
Unless
the
you
station.
know about it.
I know nothing. He tells me nothing. You got 2 DMs that can't help. I'm sorry.
Your fault. It's okay.
Let me hail engineering.
I feel like one of the NPC people in the chair, or one of the NPCs in the chair.
So, when you try to send your signal to the next station, to the closest station, you reach out, and no matter how hard you can, you are unable to. The communications, despite their strength, despite being a day away, it is unreachable.
Well, looks like another thing the UPA skimped out on with us. Even our long-range transmissions are dog water.
Ugh.
Can't get in
More
contact.
shortcomings.
Again, it doesn't...
Much.
I've served on UPA ships before. This is the first time I've ever encountered a ship of this nature. So... mishandled in its development.
Indeed. Quite a shame. And we're certain that it is our shortcomings in transmitting and not the station simply not responding.
Honestly, it could be either. But given the fact that we were able to even ping that the station is out there, means that they're giving off some sort of information signal, be it infrared radiation or something. But then again, it could just be their reactor. But I wouldn't put it past this ship at this point with all the other failings that that's another one.
Indeed. Perhaps we should have engineering take a look at our transmitter. See if it really is that outdated as well.
Maybe it will be adjusted with the updates to the systems. Argyle.
Ah, fair point.
Hello.
Well, I'm not going to continue this task. It seems like it's a Scifian task at this point.
Yes.
Are you sick of pushing the boulder up the hill every time and seeing it roll back down on you?
That's what it seems like, but at this rate, it feels like there's an eagle eating my liver every moment of the day.
Oh, Captain.
Yes.
I spoke with the Chief of Medical, Afrit, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
About acquiring suit sensors.
And?
They seem to like the idea. However, they're worried about the cost of such a thing. I couldn't imagine a simple suit sensor that would monitor vitals would be that expensive, but...
I agree. Hopefully it will be simple enough to just purchase them. It shouldn't be that bad. Worst case, we just purchase raw materials and have engineering try to work on something that we can use as a feasible one. Even if we have to rotate them out with people who are going out on assignment.
Not to mention, though, you all picked up cargo on that planet, right?
Correct.
When we deliver it, we're to be paid, no?
That's what I was told by the people that were originally the holders of it.
Then perhaps that's... some might go towards something like that.
Agreed.
Captain, you have inspected the
Yes,
cargo,
I
which you
inspected the
probably
cargo,
should.
Argyle. It is nothing more than... it's a food restock. Fresh food, specifically.
Oh, perfect. Apologies, you have to understand. The question was...
That wasn't at you, that's more of the whole situation in general. But I'm very frustrated by the rest of the UPA's greater concept of currency. It's extraordinarily frustrating.
Oh. I'm getting tired of being the one doing this.
Then reassign it.
Don't you have a smaller individual who could be scurrying around the vents beside yourself?
MU would
Thanks,
be pretty good at it.
That is true.
Well, currently they're unavailable, and everybody else is around the same size as me.
That's a shame.
Mind closing that? Thank you. Going back down to engineering.
All right, take care.
You think I'll fall through the next one over there on the other side later today or tomorrow?
Well, if I was a betting man, I would say today.
Wouldn't put it past it.
I'd say tomorrow. Seems he's on a pretty steady pace of once a day. A vent falls through.
Now, is it once a day or once per room per day?
That I do not know, because he's only fallen into my department to my knowledge.
I think he also fell into a different department yesterday. I think I saw him fall into the O2. Either way. As I was saying, the concept of currency bothers me so much. Ugh. That's what we should have gotten on board as a accountant or something.
Sounds dreadful. Who'd ever want to do that? Handle people's money.
Ugh. Why can't everyone else just be like the Vlogga and not really worry about this currency bullshit?
Oh, you were going with currency there. I was expecting you to say punch each other's faces in until one of you comes out alive.
We don't handle all of our disputes like that.
I've seen at least it done twice now, which is more than I expected.
Twice?
Well, didn't you just have a bout downstairs?
To be honest with you, I don't know what that was. Asked me for a duel, and it just progressed into a... I tried teaching the... Well, I can't say kid. He's only a few years younger than me. But I tried teaching him some temperance, but... So full of anger, that one. This time it was more of a... More akin to an older brother kicking their younger brother's, tail to remind them that they need to respect the elders.
Understood. Your methods are your own.
I didn't... Look, it wasn't even intended. It just happened. But I need the rest of science department. They're nowhere. Dallas,
Pardon me, Captain. Yes.
have you seen anyone else in your department recently? That isn't you or Archer.
Yes, Chip is in the reactor room right now.
Good. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go check the temps on the core, and I was like, not the AI
Natalia?
core, the regular core.
Actually, conveniently, both you and Archer are right here. Archer, would you mind, do you have a terminal in here somewhere that you can use? Or do you have a personal data slate?
Yeah, I can.
Either or.
Yeah, I can use one of the terminals.
Archer, would you mind uploading that to her terminal? That way she can see the runic scriptures I need put on. You'll have the physical copies. I'm still waiting on them. I won't be able to have you install them until we get the shipment that I put in a requisition for. Block and sublimate, specific to the actual development.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's something that we will, I assume, get when we dock next.
Hopefully, though where we're heading, I don't think we're going to be picking it up from this station anytime soon. But this way you at least can get familiarized with the actual physical structure of it.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway.
So, what did you need me to do? You're talking about the same thing I did with security? Or?
No. The things that you requested from me, the scripts for the system.
That might have to wait about half a day. I still need to look over this.
Understood. I'll upload them to you then personally through the systems. Anyway. Dr. Chip. If you could have someone else on your team look into the radios. It looks like our broadcast is very weak right now. I want to know if it's an issue on our end or if it's on someone else's end.
Our radio's not the... Yeah, okay, yeah.
Thank you. I haven't been able to find Palas to inform them, so figured I'd let one of you two know. And Archer's already so busy, so...
Alice, I think they're in hydroponics.
I was this there recently. Alright, I'll take a look again. Thank you all. Oh, excuse me.
Going on up.
Here and elsewhere in the galaxy.
Agreed.
Do not understand, though I believe it is a culture.
Hello, MU.
Hello, Captain.
Feeling alright?
in time.
I feel awake. I'm upset for missing work.
Why?
But I was forced to sleep to recover from my injury.
And you miss work.
Yes.
Oh, I believe Officer Rawl
You
was
don't
going
have
to
a
discuss
hobby you can do in the meantime with the extra time?
if you are curious.
When
would
that happen? A hobby?
Question.
Forgive me. Forgot. Something that you find luxury in.
Thank you.
That's not work.
I don't have one of those. I made cookies yesterday. That's the closest I have to a hobby, I'm afraid.
Fair. What things have you enjoyed
Despite
out?
Pike's wishes, I will not be a chef.
Fair enough. Is there anything that actually intrigues you outside of working?
Well, I like creating things. Machines, mechanics. Possibly flamethrowers, but I haven't tried.
Fair enough. Why don't you try that for a bit? Try working on small devices. Practice that.
I could, I suppose. Actually, I do have work. I did promise Tally that I would work on a upgrade for their suit. It's becoming an issue.
Very well, then you have something to occupy yourself.
I was going to ask Mercer if he has any spare exoskeletons for them to use in the meantime, but he was talking with others about something.
I see. Dallas?
Kevin, Chip came to me, said you might need help with the communication.
I just wanted the diagnostic run to make sure that we're... I'm hoping that it's not us, but given how everything else about the ship was constructed, it would not surprise me if our communications are also shoddy.
That's a fair assessment, yeah. Then, I can work on that now, if you like.
If you wouldn't mind doing a scan from science, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I can. I'll do that right now.
Thank you.
Of course.
I can assist if repairs are necessary.
Hopefully they won't be.
Do you know why this ship is in the condition it is, Captain?
That's a question I've been asking myself since the issues first started arising. This isn't traditional for UPA. Usually their ships are pretty top-notch. After all, humanity are some of the best engineers out there.
There is one thing that confuses me.
Go on.
It's just odd. Why is a science officer working on cameras and communication rays?
Well, it's
That's their designation.
Well, it's mostly the radio. It's mostly the frequencies and transmission of it itself. I want to make sure that that's not jammed, as opposed to the actual hardware.
Yes, but the installation of cameras, where they are and where they are not, seems odd.
Agreed. But let's say
Inefficient.
more than fair. That's a mystery I'm still trying to work out myself, but I have plans for it. See if there's anything going on.
I see. There's just a discrepancy I noticed.
Believe me, you're not the only one that noticed it. Yes, Medical Chief of
It's been
Fleet.
brought up to me that it's been brought up to me that apparently their seems to be situations where people decide to do training without a healer around and give themselves injuries and.
A healer?
You mean a medical officer?
Medics. Listen, what I'm saying is, it's been brought up to me that last time that there was a spar training area, there was a concussion and it wasn't healed or dealt with until probably like very later on. But what I'm saying is having a medical, personnel on standby when you're doing these things would be very nice.
Is this what about happened with me and Sadion earlier today?
I don't believe it was a today thing.
Very
It
well.
was more when.
I believe that was the
I was concussed by Gunch.
security.
I was
That was
concussed by
in
Gunch.
the second day when Commander decided that we should have a slight spar between security members to get to see our capabilities.
I see.
That is correct.
However, since Officer Kroll, Officer Kroll went against Commander Kroll. My name's today.
That is okay. Have another meal. Your blood sugar might be low.
They went much harder than me and Officer Cross.
Understood.
I'm just saying, maybe when someone goes there, ensure
If you'd
or
like a friend,
enforce
I
the
can
fact
receive a
that they need
concussion for you
healer.
to heal.
No, you're already recuperating.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'll talk to Gunch and see if if the next time that people are sparring, make it a policy that a medic needs to be notified and on standby.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for bringing the concern to me. Are you alright?
Psionic overuse, so I'll be okay.
Hello, Kira.
If you're not big.
Doctor.
Hmm?
We have an unconscious individual heading towards medbay.
What the?
You should be happy for you. This is
Oh, that.
And it is Officer
This is not what I'm asking for. If you know what, it's fine. Anyways,
I'll notify
I believe,
Gunch.
Argyle
Hmm.
Do you need to get to work?
suggested something earlier. No, everyone else can take care of it, or the other staff. And anyways, Argyle suggested that maybe we get like suit scanners.
Agreed. And after that happening, I concur. We should probably have them, regardless of cost. I'll have the funds allocated to it when we get the opportunity. Again, I'll never understand this concept of currency everyone uses. Makes no sense.
You will acclimate.
Besides
my
that,
man.
Ugh. It's been 5 years. Still aren't used to it. It's odd.
besides that, when are we going to be like to the next station, like, if we are even near?
The closest station is a days away. We're on course to it now, primarily to check in on repairs, but it's an unknown station. We don't know what we're going to encounter when we're there.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll ask for the things that I want to ask for when we get there. Instead of beforehand.
So if Riti was that it? If you have
Ifrit,
I wish to bring up a concept that I've been talking with the other Officer Rowe must be right that I'm
Those
going
are
lost.
some
That's secure. I'm
expensive
having
cybernetics.
trouble to speaking.
Yeah, so
You
you're
need
looking
me
for
for this
this
What is
conversation.
the idea? No, I'm just.
Okay.
You might be right.
Listen,
I might need to take a
advisor.
break and eat something.
Trying to at least try to like either block it or trying to get him to stop in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Your protege.
He's not my protege.
Apologies.
Well, they've overexerted themselves some way or another.
What a wonderful day this is. You're using psionics for this effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're
With a
unconscious in the
natural
training room. Ooh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The natural one on a psionics roll triggers something, doesn't it?
Yep, it does. I forgot what though exactly. So.
Oh boy. Where is that sheet for the effects?
Could be one of the first documents.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And those effects are
I'm
just
sure everything will
suggested.
be fine.
You can make up whatever you want too.
Yep.
Just make it similar to Perils.
Well, on top of the fact that there is a thing where basically if he rolls too low on psionics, something happens to him. So this is gonna be fun.
Alright. I'll make it something simple. So that I can get this done quickly. There is a pulse that goes through your powers as they backfire. And for an hour, all of the colors are inverted within the medbay.
Just for me or for everybody here?
For everyone who walks in the medbay, the colors are inverted.
That's
Oh.
fascinating.
What, you've never had a psychic backlash?
Oh, all the time.
I don't think I've ever seen something like that before.
Yeah, well, when playing with the fabric of reality, it tends to do some odd things. I'm going to go notify a three.
Good idea.
Captain.
Yes.
I ran my analysis. Everything looked fine. However, I had Archer run his own, and same thing, everything's running fine as well. However, this is not a surprise. It should be to you or anyone else on the ship. The system, what we're using, is extremely out of date. So Archer suggests we fly closer to this point of interest and try again.
All right. I love that. Another thing out of date. It's like I'm running something. Fucking...
They're very fond of
But which has its own risks.
Dr.
Yeah,
Free,
that's what I'm thinking.
just as a fair warning, your your med bay, all the colors are inverted in there.
Pardon me,
What the I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to assume it's has to do with psionics.
Psionic phenomenon.
Okay, but how?
You now have two individuals in your med bay that need attention.
I think I understand.
I want to get you the fucking science later.
Interesting.
Sorry,
You have given your.
The color one is comedical to me.
I specialize in hunting
No, as
pirates.
comical as it is, Captain. We are down a doctor and down a security member.
I am aware, Argyle.
I'm sure you are.
I'm trying to find some light in the very, very grim situation we are in.
Yes. Well, I'm sure the doctors hear this.
They were healing using psionics. Like,
Anything involving mechanical repairs, as well as
Congratulations.
other things I'm not.
Perhaps he should radio in on his other doctors.
That's a Fritz call, not mine. Yes, Archer.
It's about the thing you were talking to me about earlier, so...
Here, come with me.
I can assure you mine are not very fancy.
As a youth, both on the breaking and building.
You have Sonic's potential.
Thank you. Okay. So, I'm trying to be quick about it because I know you want it done quick. Those scripts you sent me, I was taking a look over them. It's all like very low level APIs I'm not used to. I don't know a lot about psionics, so I can't give like a full review of it to make sure it's okay. But what I can do is put a layer over it that just makes it so that it only works with you. In order to do that, I need like a signature of some sort from your psionics. So, basically like a sample, if you will.
Gladly.
Cool. Let me just see if I can put that on here. Okay. All right. Got it. So,
thank you,
is there
Archer.
anyone else that you want to be able to use this other than yourself?
For right now, Argyle and the Frit should be able to use it. As well as Sid.
Okay. Don't believe I've met Sid.
They're the Vlocka in the infirmary right now. Passed out.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll grab their signatures as well then.
As well as...
Should be in by today.
Also Rawl.
Rawl. Are you sure that you want Rawl to be able to use this? Rawl knows fuck all about computers.
So, to put it into context, actually, you're probably right. It would be for the best. It might overload his nervous system. Never mind.
Right. What we're talking about here is, like, I need to put this whitelist on it because what I see in the code is there's really not a lot of protections on what you're allowed to do, and that is bad. Given more time, I want to make it so that you are limited to what the interface does, so then we can add more people to it. But right now, this needs to be a very short list.
Very well. Do what you need to do.
Okay.
I trust you more than enough, don't it?
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on with yours, and then I'll grab more signatures. So you should be plugged in, like, very shortly.
Very well.
Piracy's also more in what it's done for.
Scifi vials.
Hey, so over there now, hold on. Captain Gunch was looking for you.
Alright, I'll go head him off on the other end.
That way. Perhaps there was a lot of people in the hallway, so...
You were looking for me?
Oh. I was looking for you. There was something I needed to speak with you about, but it can wait. Apparently Roll needed me for something. I'll come by your quarters later about it.
Very well. Rawl directed me to you, so that's the only reason I was
Oh.
asking.
Oh, Roll directed you to...
Rawl told me you were looking for me. So I came to
assume
you.
that's why Roll was calling out to me, because you were nearby, and I had already walked off. I see.
That's what I can assume. I could be incorrect.
Sounds sound to me.
So,
To your chambers, if you would not mind.
of course.
Oh, someone's left their welder lying around.
Are we responsible?
Indeed.
Oh. What news do you have for me?
Well, we needn't concern about the tablet.
No. I had it removed yesterday.
Good, very good. A quick note, something I noticed during this updating debacle. Dallas seemed very, very keen on being alone with the system, insisting that Archer go to sleep, catch up on his sleep, while he works on certain aspects of it alone. Even would know, it's to be expected. But I thought it very laid bare that he intends something.
Oh, I'm aware. He's not exactly the most, what's the term for it?
Discreet, perhaps?
Precisely what I was looking for. Archer already knows that. I didn't give Archer all the details, but I told them that there might be some poor actors amongst us. So, he's installed the honeypot onto the security servers. Should Dallas be left alone with it, it will route to the AI, and the AI will be able to backtrace it, catching him in the act. So Archer knows, just not all the details as to who and the why. Probably better that way that he doesn't.
Yes, the less he knows for now, the better.
But the
Well,
also...
seeing that he is very keen on convincing him to do it alone, then I have a good feeling that this is going to work out.
Would not surprise me in the least.
So, that is all I really wanted to mention. Thought you might want to know.
I appreciate that. By the way, we're not the only ones who've caught on to Dallas's asking about working on systems that really don't fall under their parameters. MU brought it up to me as well.
He really isn't very discreet then.
Obviously.
Then you picks up on it.
My thoughts exactly. Ugh.
Well, by the way, one other matter I meant to ask. After the whole debacle in Medbay with the psionics, I thought it might be apt that I at least familiarize myself. You wouldn't happen to have any information I could look over before I sleep this night?
Give me one moment. I'll upload the data I have to your personal tablet. That way you have something to look over. Fairly simple. My people have researched this since we've developed them, so I'll try to filter out most of the spiritual stuff, but given the nature of it, there's no avoiding it.
Well, yes. Regardless, I'm sure it's still valuable to learn.
Either way, it's available for you to look at it in your tablet when you get there.
Much appreciated, Captain.
Of course. Figured if you... I should have probably given this to you the second day when you told me that you're not familiar with psionics in general.
I just didn't quite understand the prominence of it, I suppose. I'd seen it very scarcely before my time here.
Yes, well... There's a reason that a lot of people have rumors of witches amongst them in some of the more less developed cultures.
That might explain some old stories in my own home planet.
Well, a good sign in some
Something to
cases.
think about.
Good sign in some cases.
Yes. But I do believe that I am going to be turning in for the night.
Rest well.
You as well, Captain. Best of luck on the rest of your shift.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully it's not too stressful after all the information that was just handed to me.
Indeed.
Good night.
If anything happen, my radio will be on me.
I'll inform you.
Do you have a bunkmate?
I do.
Captain?
Natalia. I don't believe
Yes.
there's smoke either.
Have you spoken to Emu about this particular incident? And Emu, have you spoken to the captain about this particular incident?
It was just something I overheard. It was in a common area, so I doubt it's cause for concern.
Either way.
Rather not get involved.
Come.
Has anyone seen Dallas?
Not recently.
Wasn't he just over there?
Natalia,
Poor Massa.
do you drink milk?
Yeah. Why?
There is milk that seems to be heavily expired spilled on our floor. It's chunky. Was that you?
Emu has overheard someone speaking about building an explosive device aboard the vessel, using engineers' supplies,
Wasn't me. I had some.
but refuses to say who.
Please fix it, janitor.
Not clean it. I did heavily mop the hangar yesterday. I'm not sure I got everything. I tried my best though. I did slip myself some.
Agrees. Yes.
Emu, please come with me.
Yes, Captain.
Which room?
Yes. Red 5.
Just so you're aware, I had the listening device removed from the tablet the other day, so this room is still safe with it in here. Now,
Okay.
I need you to tell me what you overheard.
I would rather not become involved in intercrew politics, Captain.
Emu,
So to speak, the more I poke my head out, the more likely I am to be found.
I understand. Believe me, you will not be named at all in any of this. However, from what Argyle told me that you had mentioned, there is a potential for all crew safety to be in danger. To ensure that everyone is safe on this ship, including yourself in this regard, I need to know who said this.
When I was walking down to the engineering bay to go speak with Mercer, he was already in meeting with a few other people. Less of a meeting. If it were, I feel I would have been told to go somewhere else. It seems like it was a public discussion. They were discussing something about some things pertaining to explosives, I believe. It's not concrete. On my way walking out, I heard talk of an EMP. The ones I remember being there were Mercer, the Krogan, Grohl, one else that I can't remember.
Interesting. Alright.
I encourage you to take what I said with a grain of salt. They could have very well been talking about possibilities for ship-to-ship combat.
That's what I'm hoping, but you can never be too careful right now. Especially when
We've had such conversations before.
I'm aware. But if I'm remembering correctly, those occurred in more appropriate scenarios. But either way, I appreciate you telling me. Thank you. And like I said...
One more thing. It will be quite obvious I said something if this discussion is said to have happened. I was standing on the staircase, waiting to talk with one of them, but I left as soon as the conversation made that clear.
Well, we're not going to broach it just yet. We're going to... Security's going to more or less keep their ears to the ground and noses out for it. That way, if it does happen, we at least are aware of it. But we're not going to outright confront people about it, especially given the fact that, well, as you said, these conversations have been handled in the past, so... But it's only the fact that it was mentioned, taking components from engineering to build a device like that. That was the only reason that I...
specifically say that.
Either way.
But it was the chief of engineering.
Interesting. Either way, we'll just keep our ears to the ground. No one will be confronted about it, if that makes you feel safer.
I suppose. Putting your ears against the ground wouldn't do much.
It's
You
an
need to actually
expression.
have them up to be able to hear things.
It's an expression that we're listening as closely as we can. And monitoring the situation. Turn of phrase.
I understand.
Anyway.
I didn't have anything else private.
Very well.
Did you see that one individual that seemed to have a Pro-Sitar visor on their head as a trophy?
Yes, Sid. One of my own kind.
Sid gives me the creeps.
He is a very, angry person. War is never kind, and it does things to men and women that alter the way they see things. Yes, you know all too well. So, it's his ghosts, shall we say, that haunt him.
I can understand.
Milk has been cleaned up.
Good, thank you. I'm still not sure how it got there. Perhaps it came from the vents.
It was spoiled milk that just appeared there sometime today.
I don't even know how we got spoiled milk on the ship. We haven't even been gone that long. That means that they put us on Vista, giving us poor thermal panels, poor communications arrays, and intentionally put expired milk in our stockpile.
There was also grease in the hangar. It's slippery.
Well, that's intent.
Perhaps the UPA wants to get rid of us.
That's what I was thinking, but none of it makes any sense. That's why I'm leaving it for the time being.
Maybe this was the only vessel they had available?
But why would you send an exploration vessel in such poor condition to go out? We're also the Terra 1. There's still at least 2 other ships by the same name. So, hopefully, our sister ships are not built as shoddily as we are. For the sake of it.
Refurbished, if I recall.
Refurbished or literally just renamed and then sent off into the void with all the issues on it. Which again is not
I had heard it just finished retrofitting / refurbishing when we left the dock.
So the only thing they gave us was the AI. Lovely.
That is one theory.
Either way, we're working through it all. So, bonding exercise, I guess, is the best way that we can put it. Believe me, I feel the exact same way.
Good.
That sinking feeling you just felt, I felt it as well.
Good. I'm going to go check on those in the medbay.
Yes, I was actually heading there myself.
Anymore, or its chunkiness.
Well, you'll also be happy that Dallas and Archer are already working on system updates to get rid of Vista.
It's about fucking time.
Wait, hold on. That ancient operating system?
Correct.
Yes, it's in museums.
I've been tracking their progress. It is interesting.
How so?
I was made to be able to interface with the current system. I'm having to learn.
I'll try my best. Well.
So are the engineers.
And the rest of science.
Continue this.
And everyone who uses a terminal on this ship
was filled with methane.
Well, soon my own...
Seems they've been taken care of.
Yes. Good. Well, soon I'll be able to interface with the ship as well.
I see.
Right.
You alright?
Yes.
Captain,
Yes.
I don't really need to say this in front of them, but technically speaking, whenever you're having a spar with them, remind them that it's not a competition nor is it life or death, it's just sparring. And I know you understand that for me saying it directly to you.
The helmet did not help.
But if you hear it from the captain, you might feel better. I don't know.
I only have one of my eyes can open now.
Are you?
Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Where did they stop?
Are you alright?
This is not going to be good for my depth perception.
Do you want the right answer?
I want the honest answer.
Let me open one of my other eyes.
No, I'm
No,
not.
that's white. No, that's black spots.
Go rest.
No, that's white. Oh, that one worked. Okay.
You're not on night shift anymore. You're going to need to sleep. Preferably in your own bed.
That never
Apologies,
happens.
I only have 2 eyes working currently.
I never go down like that.
How many do you normally have?
More.
You might be right.
Oh. Can I?
Be right about what?
4, 6, 7.
Mind and body. I spent an entire war
Get you glasses.
fending for myself and being quite good
There
at
was
what
a
I do.
bright flash.
But only now do I find myself having
one more has come back.
complications.
There are just white
I could
spots
blame
at
you.
the moment.
I could. It'd be easy to.
Oh no.
And it might be right.
It is fine.
Equivalent of getting a flashbang to the face. Not fun.
But
Yeah.
Why?
I will rest,
And psionics went a little
then come find you,
bad, and it inverted the colors inside
and we'll
the room.
talk.
It just reverted. That's the reason why it was that flash.
Oh. Right.
Very well.
Ups and downs of psionics.
You
Another
did.
one has returned.
You were the victor. And I have to respect that.
As it was, as it always has. Sleep well, brother.
Haven't had something like that happen in a long time.
Psychic phenomena are not always fun.
No, and it's especially bad for us since usually stuff like that usually causes us to switch.
I see. I can hear it. I can feel it.
Yeah. I guess that's the ups and downs of having 2 personalities.
Right. Are you any discomfort?
Well, aside from a slightly stuffy feeling on the inside of the head, but we're gonna be heading to sleep soon, because today was definitely not our day.
Fair enough. Please, recover. Take as much time as you need. Especially after a phenomenon like that. It's definitely not something to
Yeah.
be light on.
No, it's not. And oh boy, the head stuffiness and the headache.
Nope, I have nothing to say. I'm just looking after my medical.
Fair enough. Make sure they get rest.
Yep.
Also, we are going to be getting psionic interfaces at some point, just as you're aware. Archer might be by to ask for your signature.
Okay.
Captain, hello.
Alas. How has your day been?
Can assist you with. Oh, here, there, everywhere.
Much the same for me. You'll love this one as well. Radio. Turns out the radio system is awesome. Oh, sure. So it turns out, much like everything else, the radio system is decrepit by current standards.
Naturally.
I'm getting tired of all these issues that keep uprising for no reason whatsoever.
as am I.
Well, a lot of them affect your department personally, too.
What?
Oh yeah, no, it grows back pretty fast.
Captain,
Hmm.
I have a request.
And that would be?
If by chance we have any chance to pass by an asteroid field, I think it would be a good time for several members of the crew to practice their target practice with materials.
The laboratory doors.
I agree, but I'd also...
Resanitize everything.
Given our storage capacity, I would also prefer that we mine the asteroids too. We have the equipment for it, we might as well use it. Any resources we don't have to spend money on, better.
You should be alone in doing this task.
That is actually quite sensible.
Rather not waste resources.
I was not aware we actually were well equipped enough for that.
Well, we have some equipment in some areas, everything else is falling apart though, so... Hopefully that works.
To look nice this time and not bully. Sorry. They had a tendency to just fall everything. Very cold.
I spoke with Siri.
Hmm.
They were putting in that milk. When I came out of the lab, they spoke with me briefly, but a quiet one now.
They really are. Again, probably the abuse from Narsec.
Yes. I told them if they need anything, that they can ask me, but I don't think they will heed that on their own.
No. I'll probably have to tell them that they can ask anyone for assistance, that if they need to.
Yes.
I'll never understand that, how he got anything done with the operations that he ran. If everyone has to come to you for answers or permission, how are they expected to operate autonomously? It's a redundancy. Either way, we'll be better without him in the galaxy.
In due time.
But I won't keep you from rest. I know I'm going to be taking it soon.
Yes. A concern I have. It seems more people are affected by corporations than I'd like. And I'd just like to make sure we are well protected. That is all I will say for now.
You said more people about corporations? What about them?
More people seems to be affected by or bound in some way.
Corps out there.
Or passed by these corporations. And I would like, and I'd like to try to protect them from them as best as we can. The less involvement, the better, I think.
You wouldn't be having to talk about a certain individual with multiple augments, right?
In general, no one in particular, but there are multiple members from multiple teams.
The better the progress of others. Still others.
Well, either way, believe me, that's the last thing I want on our tail in our case.
We are trying to survive on the outer rim of the galaxy.
After all, I fought.
Evil claws I'd like to unlatch.
Agreed. I fought an entire war against them. I'm not about to stand by and let them harm anyone under my watch. Believe me.
Should be with corporations arise. I'm sure you have seen my file, but much has been redacted. And I think it's appropriate that you know. I have years of experience, particularly against Medico and Culture.
Well,
that is all.
Understood. Well, as for Medico, you have my full agreement with the disposal. Honestly, all of them. They don't blend well with Flocken culture, so we're always at odds with them.
Yes.
Primarily, right now, the one that's on our case the most is Medico, Centurion, and Oracle. Those three are breathing down our necks. Centurion and Medico a little less after they were beaten in the exploitation wars. Although, as much as I like Argyle, Oracle is really starting to get under the Volokins' skin. They're becoming like fleas.
I have the least experience with them.
Tell me, as an example, if you had encountered a dig site and you had sent Dr. Tally there, this dig site is on a planet with a people whose culture developed around the ruins. Would you say an object is found of significance, both in psionic power and cultural? Would you allow Dr. Tally to take that away from them? Something that belongs to their home.
No, we would ask them if we can research it with them.
Well,
Scans, do drawings, etc. Copy, sculpt it, but certainly not remove it from them.
oh, that's what they would do.
I see.
Culture is not really cared about by them. They'll take it and run with it, seeming to think that they know what's best.
Unfortunate.
But, as I said, no one's going to get hurt while I'm on board.
Should they, we can discreetly react accordingly, should it be needed.
Agreed. Believe me, there are plenty of people on here who would like to get out some anger on them.
Yes. Doctor can do an exceptional job seeing that all crimes be redacted or considered book for my record, just so you can be aware of that. They don't take lightly to terrorism against the mega corporation.
Some people say things and then do another.
I understand.
Ears aren't listening.
Well, either way. We'll be careful. I was also in O2 earlier. The 3 in the center ring is doing quite well.
Yes, yes it is. NHR systems are running well. Doing the job.
At least one thing is.
Yes, yes. I know how to assemble, deassemble, fix, make sure everything in there is running properly. So, if it wasn't, I can fix it without engineering interference.
Fair enough. Again, the green is what shocks me a lot.
It's lovely.
It really is. It stark contrast to what we have on Basilica. Bright yellows.
It's going to say, listen over there.
Well, it's what absorbs blue and violet light the best, so...
Yes. If you're going to retire, I will not hold you up. I should sanitize the lab. I unfortunately found a coffee cup left in hydroponics, and I made sure the scientists know that if you do that, they need to clean it up. But that's just why I wanted to have the doors closed, prevent other people from leaving their debris inside. But I don't know.
Well,
It's,
I understand. Better safe than sorry. Plus, there's no real need for drinks outside of water to be present. Exactly. But I'm also glad that they fixed your door.
Absolutely.
No one's getting hit in the face.
Ridiculously high PSI.
Actually, well, again, it's a bulkhead. Actually, you're gonna see a small hologram appear, and it's just the security clip of Dallas getting smacked by the door.
Huh. He said he almost did. Not that he did. Pleasure, honey.
It's something that entertains me every once in a while.
Yes.
But anyway.
Oh.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I also had a discussion with Archer. Maybe you.
After you.
Thank you.
I also had a talk with Archer, so I'm curious now.
Yes. So, the secretary is, I did catch Archer with Jasper, and I saw him around the corner near the reactor in the exercise room rather quickly. He said, "You saw nothing. I did nothing wrong." And we said, "What did you do?" And he said, "Nothing." So, there is a camera right there. If they did something, they'll see it. But aside from that, I had a very blank discussion with Costa, Archer, and Dallas, telling them that they will be the ones to work on the program and that they should continue to check each other's work constantly to record what they do and why they're doing it. And I impressed upon all of them that should something happen that cannot be accounted for, that is not documented, it could be detrimental to their stay on this ship. Because it is a core operating system. So all three of them have that warning. Should something occur, and when you find it, then it is on them.
So that's Excuse me. So that's why Archer's been so jumpy. Either way, I informed Archer a bit about what the current situation is. He did as it was asked and installed that file. So, if anything does happen, we'll be able to catch them in it. I also do have more concerns still. The fact that Dallas is trying to work on multiple things that tend to fall outside of their parameters has not gone unnoticed, not only by myself, but even MU has noticed it. They asked me in the hallway why security would be or why science would be installing cameras outside of the software, when the hardware is mostly engineering's duties.
I see.
So, just so you're aware, it's starting to catch up. Discreetness is not Dallas's specialty, it seems.
Truthfully, I think he is overly ambitious in that regard, because he does bring these things up to my attention, and he tells me that I'll be working with this department, I'm going to be working with this department, and I take it as eagerness. And while I understand, more than understand, how it can be viewed as suspicious, I still firmly think it is enthusiasm. He's just a little naive, if I might say.
Here's hoping it is enthusiasm, then. We now have a way of proving it. But the other part was that Dallas had tried another thing that was observed was Dallas was really pushing for Archer to rest while he worked on the system by himself.
Well, he didn't sleep at all last night.
Neither of them did that I'm aware of.
So, I was told in the morning that Dallas did sleep, but I was told that Archer did not, and I told Archer to rest. So,
if that's the case, then it's just a miscommunication. But if not, it's something to look out for. I'm willing to give a benefit of the doubt still.
A suspicious eye isn't going to find everything suspicious, if that's how you're viewing it.
Precisely.
I could walk around the corner too fast and they think I'm suspicious.
Correct. I'm viewing this as a healthy skepticism.
Fair. I also think that I don't want to say that Dallas is undermining other departments' intelligence by way of technical skills. In theory, security should be able to install their own cameras, but it's science and technology department. He wants to be like a little help team to everyone.
Yeah,
I think that's
again, here is hoping. I will continue my healthy suspicion. But
as I would expect.
But as I said, we have a plan in place. Hopefully Dallas proves me wrong, and if they do, I don't see why we can't promote them to your second if that's who you really want.
As of right now, I think, yes, still. I spoke with researcher peers today to try to learn his qualifications. I still would like to know more about Dr. Varane and Dr. Talley before I can make an informed decision.
Agreed.
And Archer, I appreciate They brought something to my concern today, and the healthy skepticism, which was wonderful. They asked me about a file that you asked them to put in, so...
Yeah, he's been very suspicious about that. I can't blame him. It's it's foreign tech through and through. But what I gave him is simple Vlakan access capabilities, just so that I can...
As it is likely for the Psionics.
Correct. Besides, he's taking it way too out of proportion right now. He's already thinking that I'm going to be able to interface with it once the install's done. That's not the case. I have to wait for Natalia to put the runic sigils in that interface with the computer system that allow me to interface with it. Kind of like an adaption port.
That's my fault for explaining it. I don't quite understand it, but if you explain it to him honestly, you should understand.
It's not... I am not bothered by it whatsoever. I appreciate you spreading that with them. And trying to encourage the healthy skepticism and safety of everyone, so I can't fault you for that.
Can't be a scientist if you don't question things.
Agreed. Look, I spent the 4 years, I spent the 6 years, I have my doctorate, so I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
Yes. Oh, also, you should know, I gave a toxins, I'm sorry said this, don't stop me, but I gave a toxins in the synthesized from my own blood to security for sheer hazard, just so you know. It's like a venom, in a way. That's how it would be applied. But it's just sap. Synthesized, diluted. It's just a toxin. I explained it to this year, and I'll send it along. So.
What kind of toxin? Neuro, oh goodness, what is the other? I'm drawing a blank on the other forms of toxins. It's been a while.
That's alright. When it's on the skin, when it's on the skin, it will cause irritation, rash, burn.
Oh, thanks, guys.
In varying degrees. If it gets in a wound, it will cause significant burning and damage to the wound. Should it get a neurologic, I suppose. So, if it is, say, hypothetically, we attack your arm multiple times with a blade coated in it, it, in essence, can act like a paralytic to the limb after some time. It takes time, but that's what it can do. If you ingest it, I synthesized it, so if it's ingested, it's not lethal. But should it be ingested, you'd have to ingest much more than that, the way that I diluted it. But it can cause paralysis.
So it is definitely a neurological. Understood.
Yes. Look, the way I made it, it is specifically to be used offensively. Not genetically at all.
Understood. I mean, if we can synthesize it, we can make tranquilizers, so...
Yes, I only had 6 vials extracted today. I left 3 for donation with medical. Should I get injured, I took 3, synthesized it into 6, and gave 6 in science, 6 in security. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. 6 total. 3 in science, 3 in security.
Understood. But I appreciate you being proactive with that.
Yes, I am distributing safely neurological toxins. So I thought you should know.
I agree. More than fair to know that a crew member has a neurotoxin from sap.
Yes.
Propulsionary fluid. Would that be another acceptable term?
Call it what you want. But it is essentially my blood. In a way.
Well, exactly.
That's why I self-donated.
Fair enough. Blood is essentially a propulsionary fluid when you really think about it. Either way.
Oh, thank you for listening to me.
Of course.
Get out of your hair and let you rest.
I appreciate the talks. You have a great night, Palace.
Course. You as well.
Don't shit in my chair. Yes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. My first raid ever. You all have a good night.